Hello there, welcome back to this YouTube channel. In our last session, we discussed the history of paracetamol. I hope you enjoyed it. In today's session, we will be talking about the mechanism of action of the same drug substance. So do well to watch our previous video on paracetamol. If you haven't done that, the link to that video is in the description below. So let's move to today's video. How paracetamol works. In the event that an individual experiences any form of pain, say through a cell damage, a bruise, a blow, or any form of accident, the nerve endings of the human body are stimulated to produce chemicals known as prostaglandins. Upon the release of these prostaglandins, the nerve sends signals to the brain through the central nervous system. This message is what the brain translates as the feeling of pain and helps the human to sense the presence of danger in order to avoid further damage and even avoid possible death. So pain in itself is a defensive mechanism the body uses to protect itself. The basic work of a painkiller such as paracetamol, paroxicam, ibuprofen, or any painkiller that you can think of, is to minimize or stop the production of prostaglandins and in effect, stop the pain the individual is feeling. Painkillers are generally classified under the bracket of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Paracetamol, however, does not fit this category. This is because, as compared to NSAIDs, paracetamol has analgesic and antipyretic properties similar to NSAIDs, but on the contrary, it does not have anti-inflammatory properties. Do you know that even after all these years of study on this drug substance paracetamol, the exact mechanism of action of this drug product is not fully understood? However, there has been numerous studies to find the possible mechanism of action and scientists have been able to come up with possible explanations to fill in this knowledge gap. To understand how the mechanism of action, we must first look at a biochemical pathway known as the cyclooxygenase pathway. This is the pathway for the production of prostaglandins. Prostaglandins are derived from a fatty acid in the cell membrane, known as arachidonic acid. The enzyme phospholipids A2 catalyzes the liberation of arachidonic acid from the cell membrane through a hydrolysis reaction. Upon the liberation of arachidonic acid from the cell membrane, the main catalytic enzyme of this process, cyclooxygenase or COX for short, then continues the process. COX has two catalytic sites, a cyclooxygenase site which creates a ring in the fatty acid through a cyclization reaction to produce a prostaglandin known as prostaglandins G2. The second catalytic site is the peroxidase site, which catalyzes an oxidation reaction to produce another intermediate known as prostaglandin H2. This intermediate is then converted into a variety of different prostaglandins, such as prostaglandin F, prostacyclins, and thromboxane. These prostaglandins have a variety of functions such as increasing the body temperature by stimulating the hypothalamus, sensitizing the nerves for pain, preventing blood clotting, and they are also responsible for inflammation. I believe you would all agree with me that the cyclooxygenase pathway is really an interesting one. Yes, that's the beauty of biochemistry. What paracetamol does is to block the production of prostaglandins. It inhibits the activity of the cyclooxygenase enzyme. When cyclooxygenase activity is inhibited, arachidonic acid will no longer be converted to the pain-causing prostaglandins and hence the individual is relieved of the pain he or she is feeling. So that will be all for now on paracetamol. I hope you enjoyed this content. We will meet some other time to bring you another interesting science topic. I'll be glad to hear from you in the comments section. Please comment below, like and subscribe to this channel.